Good evening. We welcome you here to our City Council meeting for West Valley City. We call our meeting to order. We note that we have 6 members of the council here. Councilman Steve Vincent is excused and will not be with us tonight. With that, we will proceed on with our opening ceremony. We will turn the time to Councilwoman Karen Lang.
Thank you. Would you please stand and repeat the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. We now turn to our public comment period. I apologize, I didn't see a list. Did no one sign up? Oh, that's right. That's next. Very good. We don't have any. We also, I didn't see, we do have a scout here tonight, at least 1, 2. Okay. Same troop?
No.
Okay. Then we will invite each of you to come forward. We'd like to hear 3 things. 1, your troop number, your school that you attend, and then 3rd, what you're working on, like a particular merit badge or something else or whatever you're doing.
Okay, my troop is 343, and I go to Farnsworth Elementary, and I'm working on communications and citizenship in the community.
Very good. Thank you. Next.
My troop is Troop 1944. I go to Monticello Academy and I'm working on citizenship in the community.
Thank you very much. Welcome. You'll find our agenda is not very long tonight, so you picked a good one. It's a little easier, so it'll go fairly quickly. On our public comments then, we have no one signed up from the public to speak. We turn to our city manager. Any comments?
Well, sir, thank you.
To the council, any comments or? No? All right. Then we go to our next item on the agenda, 6A. This is a regarding applications that were submitted in 2009-2010. We're considering ordinance number 1439. This is to approve amendments of lots 2, 5, 6, and 8 of the Willowwood Shopping Center subdivision. This is at 3450 West, 3500 South. And this is related to that shopping center. With the widening of 3500 South, there were some legal issues that were raised that has now been resolved, and so the applicants have come back to correct some inaccuracies in the original plat as a result of deed errors. The right-of-way dedication is now included in that with all the legal issues resolved. And then as well, they are revising the declaration of restrictions and grants of easements within the shopping center. That is what is driving this final plat approval. It is not a major issue, but that is the issue before us. So now, any additional items we have to bring up on that before we open the public comment? We got it all? Okay. Then with that, we will accept public input regarding this ordinance 14-39, a final plat approval. Anyone here to speak on this? Seeing no one to speak, then we will close the public hearing portion. That is now closed. We now turn back to the council for your comments and or action. Councilwoman Lang.
I would move for approval of ordinance 14-39.
We have the motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Councilman Bueller has the second. With that, the motion is properly before us. Do you have any further discussion or comments? I have to remember to look both ways not before I cross the street, but before I close the discussion. Seeing none, then we will place that for a vote. All in favor of approving the final plat for the Willowwood Shopping Center at 3450 West, 3500 South, ordinance number 14-39, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion passes unanimously. The ordinance is approved. We now go to 6B. This is to accept public input regarding an application S-12-2014. And that is for final plat approval for the West Valley Commerce Center subdivision. This is at 3358 South Decker Lake, ordinance 14-40. This is where the Applebee's and the Puck restaurants are operating at this time. It is a single parcel of ground. This proposal will create two separate parcels. The issue there, of course, is that each business does have its own utility connections, and they would record cross-access parking and storm drain easements to preserve those as they are today, since they are contiguous or next to each other, and will continue to share parking, etc. And they will cover their parking lot and storm drain system maintenance in the easement agreement. So that is the issue. With that now, we will, anything further we need to add to introduce that? I will say, for the benefit of those scouts and those listening in, we have discussed these items last week. This is the second time we have heard them. So we may not have a lot of discussion. We've already had presentations on them and had a chance to ask questions. With that, we will now open a public hearing, public input session on this ordinance number 14-40. Is there anyone here tonight who would like to speak to this issue? Oh, no one's sitting over there behind Sherry. So I assume no one. Then we will close the public hearing portion. That is now closed. We now return to the council for any action or comments. Councilman Nordfeld.
Mayor, I move that we approve ordinance number 14-40.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Councilwoman Lang has the second. That motion is now properly before us. Any discussion to the motion to approve? With that then, we will place the motion for a vote. All in favor of approving ordinance number 14-40, the final plat approval for the West Valley Commerce Center subdivision at 3358 South Decker Lake Drive, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The motion passes unanimously. The ordinance is approved. Next, we go to resolution 14-177. This is item 7A on our agenda, to approve a real estate purchase agreement with Justin Grow at 2715 South, 6750 West. There is a fiscal impact. This is $445,000. It does require a budget opening. It's the purchase of just over 3 acres of land at that address, which will now become part of an 80-acre tract that the city has for stormwater detention and preservation of open space. This particular piece is bordered on 3 sides by city property. This will somewhat complete that piece. There are structures on there, a home and a converted garage into a residence. Those will be torn down. There is a shop or garage on there that may be usable. The city will evaluate that, and with this it will determine our vote if they should proceed forward with that. That introduces this resolution. Any further comments or to the council for action.
Motion to approve Resolution 14-177.
Councilman Hyun has the motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second?
Councilwoman Lang has the second. The motion is properly before us. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we will call for a vote on the issue. Those in favor of approving Resolution 14-177, the purchase of a approximately 3-acre parcel at 2715 South 6750 West for $445,000 approximately, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion passes unanimously. The resolution is approved. Next we go to item 7B on our agenda. This is Resolution 14-178. This is an agreement to purchase approximately 2 acres of ground next to the Public Works Maintenance Facility on 3600 West, where we already own 8 1/4 acres and have many of our maintenance facilities there. This will expand the operations there with the need for additional land. They have looked for land in other locations, but the cost of the additional land and then having to duplicate some maintenance issues that are done there at our current location makes this an attractive offer. So the acquisition of this adjacent property will eliminate the need to construct additional facilities at a new site. They indicate such as gas pumps, equipment washout areas, and keep parks maintenance, which has the need for the additional space, close to the fleet maintenance facility. This does have fiscal impact. The cost is $770,000, requires a budget opening. Those funds have been identified where we will purchase that from. That introduces the item then to the council. Any further comments? Then for a motion.
Mayor, I think it's a real opportunity and a fortuitous one that we can purchase property right where we need it. You know, I have to look elsewhere in the city that we can consolidate efforts there and expand as needed. And with that comment, I would move for approval of Resolution 14-178.
Councilman Bueller has the motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Councilman Yoon has the second. The motion is properly before us. Further discussion or comments? Seeing none, we will place that for a vote. All in favor of approving Resolution 14-178 to purchase approximately 2 acres of land for $770,050 at next to our current maintenance facility on 3600 West, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion passes unanimously. The ordinance is approved. We now go to item 7C on our agenda. This is Resolution 14-179. This is a fairly easy one. This is to provide Rocky Mountain Power with an easement across the new Glenn Weaver Memorial Park at the Vistas. That easement is for the purpose of taking the power lines, which currently will go across above the park to the Kearns Improvement Pump House. This will bury them to make the park more usable and friendly to the neighborhood. So those overhead lines will be replaced with underground lines, and those underground lines require a 10-foot easement so that if the need ever arises, Rocky Mountain Power can come in and access that. This will give them the easement. There is no financial impact. And we are currently in the process of building that park, and so it's an appropriate time to take care of this. Any further comments on getting that before us? If not, then to the council for action.
Mayor, I move for approval of Resolution 14-179.
Councilman Bueller has the motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Councilwoman Lang has the second. The motion is properly before us. Any further comment or discussion? Seeing none, we will place it for vote. All in favor of approving Resolution 14-179 to provide Rocky Mountain Power an easement across the Glen Weaver Memorial Park for placing power lines underground with a 10-foot easement, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion passes unanimously. The resolution is approved. With that, I believe that completes our agenda. Any further comments from the council or issues? If not, then we'll entertain the final motion for the evening.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. Non-debatable, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion passes unanimously. We are adjourned.